pretty much there's a little trick we have. We call it the 3 L's, right? You check your lights, you check the truck for leans, and you check underneath for any leaks or puddles, okay? My lights are not cracked, damaged, or loose. They're clean, they're not foggy, and they're properly adjusted and mounted and secured. My truck is not leaning side to side. That tells me the suspension is in good condition, it's intact. I'm going to check underneath, make sure there's no puddles, no leaks. Now I'm going to open the hood. This truck, I already popped the hood. The hood release is underneath the steering wheel, okay? On the red truck. On the blue and yellow truck, you have to release it on the outside, okay? The proper way of opening the hood, you put your right leg here, right hand here, and you pull. And you hold with your left hand because you don't want it to smash you in the face, okay? Then you come on this side. You're gonna do a general overview of the engine compartment now. We did a general overview of the front. Now we're gonna do a general overview of the engine compartment. Nothing is visibly leaking. Nothing is cracked, damaged, or loose. Everything is properly mounted and secured. Nothing is hanging, etc. Okay? So you're gonna start by inspecting the engine with your top parts, okay? You have the radiator, the water pump, the alternator, the oil cap, the dipstick, the air compressor, and the power steering pump, okay? Those are your top parts. Those are the first parts you need to learn. Your radiator should not be cracked, damaged, or loose, properly mounted and secured with no leaks. The water pump should not be cracked, damaged, or loose, properly mounted and secured with no leaks. The water pump is belt driven, so the belt should not have abrasions, bumps, or cuts, no frays, and no more than 3/4 inches of free play. Then you move on to the alternator. The alternator should not be cracked, damaged, or loose, properly mounted and secured. The alternator is also belt driven, so no abrasion, bumps, cuts on the belt, no frays, and no more than 3/4 inches of free play. Then you move on to your oil cap and your dipstick. My oil cap is not cracked, damaged, or loose, it's properly mounted and secured. My dipstick is for checking the oil level. I check the oil level by pulling the dipstick out, wiping it clean, putting it back in, and then pulling it out again. That's gonna show me how full the oil level is. It should be above the fill line, okay? Then I'm going to inspect my air compressor. My air compressor is not cracked, damaged, or loose. It's properly mounted and secured. It's working properly. It's not leaking. The hoses attached to it are all properly fitted, have no abrasions, bumps, or cuts, and no leaks. My air compressor can be belt driven, okay? Ours is not, but in case it was, it should not have abrasions, bumps, or cuts, should not have any frays, and should not have more than 3/4 inches of free play. Underneath my air compressor is my power steering pump. Okay, my power steering pump should not be cracked, damaged, or loose, properly mounted and secured with no leaks. Okay, and it should be bolted to the motor. The hoses attached to the power steering pump should not have any abrasions, bumps, or cuts. It should be properly mounted and secured with no leaks. Okay, and that's your top parts. Okay, radiator, water pump, alternator, oil cap, dipstick, power steering pump, and air compressor.